Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Oh my God, it has been such a long day. I'm starting to really get tired. I'm getting ready to, while I'm vlogging this, I just finished feeding the dogs. PP picked at his food tonight. He did not really like much of it. He ate a little there and around the edges, but he didn't eat a whole lot of it tonight. I'm sure that looks so delicious. I'm getting ready to go and get something to eat for dinner. Alex just called. He doesn't get home until late tonight. He has meetings and stuff, so he was on his way going to get something to eat. But I literally, you guys, my entire counter is, I have to just show you this, okay? So my counter is filled with stuff. Do you guys see this? It's like packages, 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 packages. So I have to show this stuff so that I can move it out of here. Alex has not even said anything. He's been very, very nice about it, but it's like, okay, I have to move this stuff out of here. So I'm going to do a video. I'm just going to go through everything that I have on this counter. And because I want to show the things that you guys were nice enough to send me, as well as some PR and stuff that I got. So I'm going to go through here and show you that. It has been a long day. I got up today. I got my hair cut. I had to be there at 10:15, so I got up at like 9. And then I was running a little late because I had to deal with the dogs and stuff like that. And then after that, I went and got my oil changed. And then I went and bought PP. He had to get, here's this food that he eats, this KD Select stuff. I had to get him more food. And then here, that's the pate. This is the stew. It comes in these little cans. We switch it back and forth because he sometimes likes one and not the other. So I went and got him more food. And what did I do after that? I did something else. Oh, I filmed the video with Josh, the barista from Starbucks. That is up today. So that when you guys are watching this tomorrow, it'll have already been up. Yeah, and then that was it. So, and then I went to the post office, and this is the first package I got in the post office today. So, the first thing I want to show you is this very nice gift from Sydney. Now, Sydney is somebody that has like come into my live streams, and she messages me back and forth in DMs, and I love you, Sydney, and you are so completely supportive, and I really, really appreciate it. And she sent me a very, very nice personal letter, and she also sent me a card, and inside the card was a $25 gift card to Starbucks. So thank you so much. She said she wanted to buy me a venti iced coffee with an equal, but that will get me a couple of them. So I really, really appreciate that. It was so sweet. And then, on top of that, she said she was looking for a plastic tumbler, but she couldn't find one. You guys, she sent me this beautiful glass Alabama. Look at this. It's like a hot coffee glass, and you can like drink it like this, or you can drink it like this, and this is fantastic. So I'm gonna throw this in the washer so I can start using this. Look at this, it's so cool, isn't it? I'm starting to get these from everywhere in the country. I'm collecting them. So but this was so sweet. Cindy, you went above and beyond. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Put that in the dishwasher because I want to wash that. Oh, that was so sweet. Okay, next thing, what should I show? Well, here, let me show you. I showed this in my Peter Mon video that I did yesterday, but so Tati Westbrook reached out to me and she was like, could I send you some of my PR, blah, blah, blah. And I said, sure, I would be honored, you know. And so she sent me her PR, and this is the PR from Tati Beauty. And when you open it, it looks like this. And then it says, make up, believe. It says make believe, but it says make up right there, kind of like written in. I don't know if you can see it or not. Beautiful is your story to tell. And it's like a book. See, I love this. I think it's so cool. And then here's the palette. And then she said, Peter, you are YouTube famous now. I expect a glitter cut crease tutorial. No handouts. A shamalam and ding dang. I'll be waiting. Love ya. Sending love for real. XOs Toddy. Hashtag hot Toddy. And then this is what the palette looks like. So beautiful. Very, very cool. It smells really good too. You guys, everything about, like, this palette is like matte. The inside of the book is all matte. I mean, this is really, really nicely done. I'm so super impressed with this. Okay, so that was that. Should I just do all the beauty stuff first? Okay. Then the next thing is, I got this Alex told me, I was gonna give this away, but Alex, one of my friends, but Alex was like, oh no, you have to keep every bit of glitter that you get, you have to keep for me. So Anastasia Beverly Hills, they send me a lot of their stuff. Sent me this little Halloween collection, which is beautiful. And when you open it, it's all this glitter. All that glitters is not gold. And it's loose glitter, and then there's glitter glue. But isn't that cool? And there's like, do you see the inside of it? It's very cool. So that is Alex's. Okay, do I have more makeup? Okay, here's the Pura thing. Never wants to connect to our Wi-Fi. Well, here's something, I don't know if I may have shown some of this stuff already, but this is an LED projector that I was sent to review for my review channel, so I'm real excited about that. Gonna review that. So that's gonna be like a holiday gift review. I'm gonna do that about the 1st of November. So anything that I review, I'm gonna put over here. Okay, and then I was also sent this by Anastasia of Beverly Hills, this little beautiful palette right here. But the palette I gave to my friend for her daughter, because her daughter is really, really into makeup right now. So the palette is gone. And then there is this, I think this is like eye primer or something like that. Yeah, there's an eye primer. And I think I'm giving this to Valerie. So there's that. We are just cleaning up stuff left and right now, aren't we? Okay. Okay, this is another thing I have to review. So I got this security camera, 3MP smart camera, and it's supposed to be for like inside your house, and you can hook it up to your phone, and you can see what's going on in other rooms and stuff like that. I'm gonna actually do it with the dogs when I'm not here for the day and show that. So that is another review that I'm doing for my review channel. Okay, where was this? There was some more makeup. Okay, here's some more makeup. So Anastasia Beverly Hills sent me part of their holiday collection. There is this lip set, and it's these lipsticks. And then this is a loose glitter kit. That's what it looks like on the outside. It's like snowflakes and stuff. This one is for Alex again, because he wants all the glitter. Here it is. Has glitter glue in it. And then highlighters. So I think I'm gonna I will switch up the lippies between like maybe Valerie and Tanya, and then the highlighters between, I'll probably just give the highlighters to Sarah. And then, yeah. And then this is the Carly Bible collaboration that Anastasia of Beverly Hills did. It's beautiful when you open it up. I'm watching Cabin in the Woods right now, which is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I know some people don't like it, but I love it. And this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. So my hairstylist really loves makeup, and I was talking to her about this today, and she was like, oh, she was like, could I have that? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I'm giving this to my hairstylist. Isn't that so cool? So, that's that for the makeup. Okay. Next. Well, okay, this one I can't really say much about. Let me make sure I get the name right. I think it's Claire. Claire sent me a very, very long, like, typed letter about her life, and then she also sent me these pictures. Claire, I sat right down there on the couch the other day when I got it. It was like the only thing I got in the mail that day, and I read straight through it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with me. It really, really meant a lot to me. And when people share their personal stories with me, it's just crazy that people feel so comfortable to allow me into their life, and it's an honor. I mean, it really is. So thank you. Okay. I'm just kind of going down the line of stuff here. Oh, I have Oh, Anastasia Beverly Hills also sent me these hair clips. I don't really know anybody that wants these. I think I'm going to send these to Mel. Because she said she likes hair clips. But then I was also sent... Oh, I showed you this stuff. Oh, this stuff I already showed. Yeah, this is the glitter from Lunatics, and then it's the Treat Beauty stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll figure that out. Okay. So then the next thing, oh, I can't show this. This is, so this is something I have to review for Christmas time. It's a movie. I can't say anything more than that. Okay, and then the next thing. This is from Anita. And, wait. Yeah, this is from Anita, and Anita sent me these 2 Post-it notes, which, you know, I love the Post-it notes, so thank you, Anita, for that. And then, she sent it in this really pretty paper, too. And then she said, good morning to you, you live in a shoe. So thank you, Anita, for all that. She put little stickers on it and everything. And, so yeah, that, hold on a second. Okay. I'm trying to keep some order here then. Okay, and then Katie sent me this book, which is called Tell Me Another Story, Poems of You and Me by Emmy Maruki. And when you open it, it has like this picture, Tell Me Another Story. I looked at it at the post office. And then when you open it, it says, we are, as a species, addicted to story. Even when the body goes to sleep, the mind stays up all night telling itself stories. Jonathan Gottschall. And there's pictures in here. So she wrote a letter, and she said that I could read a letter. So I'm going to read you guys the letter. It's very sweet. She said, right here's the Post-it note. It says, feel free to read this. I wanted to send you this book as a small token of appreciation for you and your videos. I watch all of your channels, and your videos are entertaining and meaningful. You are so funny while also being serious and sentimental. I randomly found this book while at Barnes & Noble. It made me cry right there in the store. I know you also love a good cry, LOL. This is a poetry book. It covers death, loss, and grief, and the human experience. The author is new to publishing books, but the book is incredible. Katie, and then she put her Instagram and social media in there. So thank you, Katie. This means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. I think books are like really personal gifts to give somebody. And especially if it's a book that's like touched your heart in some way. So thank you so much, Katie. I appreciate that. Okay. Now let's see what else. Okay. So, now this has lots of Post-it notes on here. I have to make sure I have who it's by. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is from Nancy. And she said, okay, I'm kind of confused by the Post-it notes, to be honest with you. So this is what she sent me. This is so cute, you guys. I'm gonna have to figure out a really cute... Oh, I didn't see all that. Oh my God. Okay, so she sent me a new phone. And it says Drama Phone. If you can't see it, but right here it says Drama Phone. Okay, she was saying something like on these... Okay, wait. Your new Drama Phone is here. Pick up yellow receiver. She gave me a number to dial. You can use this to call Jane for your channel. Extra glitter letters enclosed. Why can't I open this? Where's my knife? I just have my knife right here. If you want to give me a shout out, tell people I got you the phone. Okay. I'm going to give her Instagram name is Fancy Nance. F-A-N-C-I-E-N-A-N-C. I know your profile picture. I can see it in my head. Okay. Now this is what I didn't understand. Okay, so here's the extra gold letters. So this is what I didn't understand. Over here, well, she has her own stationer and everything. That's cute. What is this package? Oh, that was the hair thing. Okay. Okay. Where's the note? I need to dial this number. That's not working. Oh my god, I live! Okay. Oh my god, I live! That is so hilarious. Okay. So then she said... Okay, she gave me how to... So, wait. Dial O. And ask the operator for Jane.
Operator, what number, please?
Jane. Jane. Could I speak to Jane, please? This is hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna have to save this. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a couple days to figure this out before I can use this in my drama videos. I put this over here with my review stuff, because that's gonna take some needing to look at there. Oh my god, Nancy, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. I love that. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Oh god, I lived. Okay. Next thing. This is like two things in once. Okay. So, Jane, not the Jane, but Jane. Jane sent me this little Vaseline that is creme brulee. Thank you, Jane. Oh my god. My camera is about to die, the battery. Are you kidding me? I'm in the middle of all this. And my other battery is dead, so I'm over that. Okay. And then I got this letter from Linda. Oh my god, Linda, she comments on all my stuff. And she said, Peter and Alex, kisses, 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 have a blessed week, month, day. And this is from Linda. And she said, tea time is lovelier with two. And then she sent us 2 of these wax lips, which I live for. I love those so much. So thank you so much, Linda. That was really, really cool. Okay, I'm going to have to see if my battery over here, it's not charged. I haven't even made it through all my stuff yet. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the other battery in, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, this battery isn't charged all the way, but it's charged enough that it'll let me go through this stuff. Okay, so the next thing is an Amazon box. And I think I opened this at the post office. Oh, I did open this at the post office. Okay, so the card inside says, can we be best Judies from your Canadian friend, Andrea? Thank you so much, Andrea. Oh my god. And Andrea sent me this Beast stainless steel vacuum insulated tumbler set. Now, I did not open this when I was at the post office, but I opened the package, but not that. Oh my god, and it says Beast on it. That is so awesome. Oh my god, that was so awesome. Thank you. And then it comes with these metal straws, which is great. Oh, and it comes with a straw cleaner, too. Look at that. I love those. Oh, you are so awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. Andrea, that was so sweet. Thank you, guys. Or thank you, Andrea. Appreciate it. I'm a little overwhelmed. You guys don't have to send me stuff. Like, it really is very, very nice, but I don't want you to feel like you have to do that. I love this. I can never, you guys, I have so many tumblers now. You have no idea. Okay, and then the last thing, And I actually, I don't know if I opened the card. So I just want to say, I feel really bad because I can tell that this was all packaged really, really nice. So I got a Halloween card, and it says, this Halloween, I'm going as a witch. And then inside it says, no costume, I just skipped my coffee. Believe me, it's scary. And this is from Carrie. Hey, Carrie, oh my God, Carrie, how are you? And she said, here's a few things I thought you might like. 3 months ago, decided to do something I've wanted to do for years, sell Scentsy, and I love it so much I can't wait to share with you. Just wait for Christmas, LOL, yay. Thanks for keeping me going every single day. Thank you so much. And then she said, love you guys so much. You, Alex, PP, Tucker, and Boo. And then she said, blue heart at the bottom she put. Okay, so thank you so much, Carrie. But here's the thing I feel really bad about, is that when I opened the box, I could tell that it had been, like that you had put a lot of time and effort into packaging these things, and it had fallen, like everything is fine inside the box, but it had fallen apart, like it had come out of the bag and stuff like that when I opened it. So I'm just gonna go through here and show everything that you got me. I'm so excited. Okay, first of all, she sent me a Scentsy catalog with all of the inserts and everything in that, so thank you for that. You know I love my candles and smells and all that kind of stuff. So the first thing is, she sent me 4 things of wax melts, and I already smelled them. She sent me Mystery Man. Oh my God, Mystery Man! It smells like men's cologne. It smells really good. And then she sent me Stoop Waffle Delight, and this smells like pecans, kind of. It's really good. And then she sent me Perfect Pumpkin Pear. Mmm, delicious. And then Snow Kissed Cranberry. And that one smells really, really good. That's probably my favorite of the 4. Oh, this is so sweet. And then she sent me this box, and this is where I think maybe like something came off or something, because all this stuff was out of here, and so I put it back in. And she sent, it's like a little candy box, and she sent me so Reese's and some stuff like that, which was really sweet. So thank you. Oh! Okay, and then... Okay. And then she sent me, there was a little bag in here too with candy corns in it. And then she sent me a Farm Stand Pumpkin air freshener. Should we smell it? Ooh, that smells good. Oh, I feel like I'm at the farm stand right now getting a pumpkin. That smells so good. Okay, and then there was this little bag, and I haven't actually opened this yet, so I don't know what's in this little bag. But see, little bag with pumpkin, and I think that's what this was on. I think this was right here. That damn post office. It's the thought that counts. Okay, don't kill me, Carrie, but I'm gonna have to cut the ribbon off this bag. Okay. Take everything out. Is somebody calling me? No, my phone's right there behind me. Okay, this is all Scentsy stuff. And she sent me Scentsy. Oh my God, it's your card. And it has your picture on it. Hey, and everything. And so she gave me this one. It's Cozy Cardigan to try. Oh, she gave me a bunch of... Is this another sample? Oh, this is for your car. Okay, well, this one's a wax smell. Oh, that smells so good. And then she gave me this, which is Weathered Leather Scentsy Car Bar Clip for your car. And then, oh, this is Mystery Man, like the cologne one. Hand cream. Oh my God, thank you so much. And then she gave me this Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl, like a car thing. Love it. And then, oh, this bag of Cozy Cardigan. Oh, that smells good. Oh, she's got her sticker on and everything on the back here. So she gave me this one too. Is this like a scent pack? Oh, there's... Oh, okay. I thought it said 3 of them in there. And then she gave me this little thing that says Pumpkin Kisses and Harvest Wishes. Oh, I love that. That is our one and only Halloween thing that we're going to put it this year. Right on top of the Christmas thing. We'll put it right there. I love it. So anyway, okay. That, I do believe, is everything now. Everything off the counter. And yay! You guys are so fantastic. That was so nice of you guys to send me all of that. I really, really appreciate it. Is there anything else I want to show you or say? I just want you guys to know how much it means to me. You don't have to send me anything. I am so appreciative of the things that you do send to me, but I don't want you to feel like you have to send me anything. Liking my videos, commenting on my videos, just even watching my videos means the world to me, so thank you so much. But I do like to show this stuff on here because I know how much it means to you that you send it to me, and a lot of you will say, like, did you get it? Did you get it? And so I like to show it on here so you can actually see that I did get it and that I, you know, opened it and things like that. So thank you guys again. Now I'm gonna go get some food, and I will be back in just a little while, okay? Bye. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? I'm back. I had a whole part that I filmed before this. Did you see that? Well, of course you did. Oh my God, I just woke up a little bit ago. It is 2:38 in the morning. I fell asleep so early tonight, you guys. I got up, well, like I told you guys, I got up early today, and then I just was going and going and going all day. And when Alex got home, we were gonna watch American Horror Story, and I said, babe, I don't even know that I can stay up for another hour. Like, I'm so tired. So, we were sitting there, and I ate. Well, I was finishing eating when he got home. I went to Whole Foods, and I just got stuff off of their, what do you call it? Not their it's like their salad bar, but it's like their dinner bar. I got like eggplant parmesan. Oh my God. I don't know what I did, but I was like sleeping on my stomach and my leg was like turned, and I woke up and my entire, like from my knee all the way down to my ankle, like really hurts. Like my shin. I don't know what it was. If I had my like leg turned or something, it really, really hurts. But anyway, so Alex wasn't getting home until late tonight, and he had already gotten dinner. So I went to Whole Foods, and I got, I just wanted comfort food. I really wanted, to be honest with you, I really wanted soup and cornbread. But when I got there, they had like, usually they have several like vegan or vegetarian soups. And so I was going, their soups are incredible at Whole Foods. And they have this broccoli cheddar that's a vegetarian soup, and then they usually have like a vegetarian or a vegan chili. And so I was going through it, and it was like, the first one was this tomato something, and I was like, I opened it, and it was like pasta. It was like this pasta soup, but it was like really thick. Like it looked like it had like a lot of pasta in it. I was like, oh my God, this looks so good. So I was reading the ingredients, and it had chicken stock in it. I was like, okay, well, I can't have this. And then I went to the next one, and it was minestrone soup, and I was like, well, that's safe because it's, you know, vegetables. And I looked, and it had chicken stock in it. And then the next one was called like vegan something, and it did not look good at all. It didn't look good. And I think it had like bits of tofu or something in it. And then the next soup was like this, oh, it was vegan noodle, vegan vegetable noodle or something. That was the one that had like the tofu in it. It had something in it. It was like these little bits of something. I was like, that doesn't look good at all. And then I'm gonna get a Diet Coke. Well, I'm gonna go through the other one. I have to go to Meijer, so I may take you guys into the Meijer with me tonight. And then the last one was like some kind of like beef stock something. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, bro, oh, it was like a chili, but it was like a beef chili. And I was like, God, like they don't have anything tonight. But they had cornbread, and I wanted a piece of, they have jalapeno cornbread there. It's so good. And then they have like these they're not like corn muffins, like cornbread. They're like, you can actually see the corn like in them, and they're in the deli, and you have to get them. And they were kind of like these corn cake things that I used to get back in the day. So I was gonna get one of those, but then I went, and they used to just have these like salad bar, like, it looked like you just put a salad in it, but now they have these like plastic containers that it looks like, you know, you're like going through like a, what do you call it, like a cafeteria line or something, and you can like, you know, it's sectioned off. So I got eggplant parmesan, and then they have these mushrooms that are like in a vinaigrette that are fantastic, and they're like whole mushrooms. I love mushrooms. So I got like 5 or 6 of those. And then I got, I just wanted to try some different stuff. Oh my God, my leg is killing me. And then I got vegan, they have vegan macaroni and cheese. It is like some of the best macaroni and cheese I've ever had in my entire life. And, oh, I should do that for a review video. And then they have like butter squash mac and cheese. And I got some of that. And then they have like this corn succotash. And I got some of that. Okay, you guys want to know how much this was? For a container like this, it was like this deep. And like, it just like had a plastic cover over it. $18. I about died when I got to the register. I was like, are you kidding me? I guess that's why they call it Whole Paycheck. And then, instead of Whole Foods, they call it Whole Paycheck. And then I got 2 bottles of organic lemonade. And then I wanted like something sweet for dessert. And so like I was going through, because like everything that, you know, that they have in Whole Foods, like in their deli, has their nutritional values and stuff on it. And I was looking through their like pieces of pie and stuff, and like their pecan pie, which of course is what I wanted, was like 600 calories. I was like, oh, no. And then pumpkin pie was like 400, and I was like, no. And then they had this like Michigan berry cake or pie, and it was like real low, and it was like real healthy and stuff. They have like vegan options there and everything. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get this. It was nasty. It was not good. It basically tasted like a fruit tart, kind of, if you've ever had like one of those. But anyway. Oh my gosh, my leg. I don't know what I did to my leg. It is hurting so bad. And then, so then I came home and I was waiting for Alex, and I was watching Family Feud. And, I love Family Feud. I could watch it for hours and hours and hours. I watched like 2.5 episodes of it. And I ate. Everything was really good except for the eggplant parmesan. I didn't really like it. I don't know that I've ever really had it in my life, but it was like the only thing that they had that was like, other than like different, like they had like some kind of tofu kind of thing. And then they had like other, like they had chicken and stuff on the bar, but like of course I can't have that. So I didn't want to get like, you know, all macaroni and cheese. I wanted to try something else. So I got that. And then Alex came home and he was like, we can switch this to American Horror Story if you want. And I said, babe, and this was literally at like right at 9 o'clock. I was cleaning up my dinner. And I said, I am so tired. I said, can we watch it some other time? I said, I just cannot right now. He was like, yeah, that's fine. So, I don't know what, I don't even know. Oh, he was watching The Real Housewives, because I went upstairs, and then Boo Radley came upstairs with me, and, okay, the battery died already, so I had to pull in here to the gas station, and I had so much stuff in this fanny pack. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so I went upstairs and I took a nap, and little Boo Radley came upstairs with me. He's so sweet. He laid down like right next to me. I don't know if it's like the colder weather or what is going on, but they like to get like really, really close to me now when they sleep. So I was like turned on my side, like this way, facing that way, and Boo Radley was like right here. And he was like this. He was so sweet. I want to go to Meijer and get the Mrs. Meijer stuff. So I just thought I would bring you guys with me today. What do you think about that? I was just listening to a little Shakira in my car before I started vlogging. And, you know, I've got that song, that I'm Addicted to You song stuck in my head. You know, like when you wake up and you've like hurt your back a little bit, like in the middle of sleep, maybe like, you know, you like pulled a cramp or something, like, you know, whatever. And then it kind of goes away after a little bit. Like my leg is not going away. Because I woke up and I took pee-pee outside, And then I sat there for a second while he was like eating the rest of his dinner. And what else did I do? Oh, and then he finished his dinner, and then I took him upstairs and got him back into the bed. And I sat at the computer for a couple minutes. And so, I mean, it's been long enough that my leg should be feeling better by now. I don't know why it's not. It's just like really like aching. It hurts. I'm addicted to you. What is this guy doing? There's like nobody at the Meijer tonight. Okay, are you guys so excited to go into the Meijer with me? Oh. Come one, come all into the Meijer. Let me get my wallet. This is kind of fun for those of you that have never, you don't know what a Meijer is, right? There's like a lot of you that are always like, what is a Meijer? I'm gonna show you what a Meijer is. You ready? Oh man. This is like the only time that I would like vlog at the Meijer though, because there's usually a lot of people here. But so this is what it looks like. It's like this big warehouse store, see? I don't know that my screen is gonna work because it's kind of wanting to fall down. The screws like always get loose in my camera because I just like grab it, throw it in my car, throw it in my bag. This has been a really durable camera for me though. I'm gonna have to get another one. I don't know how cool they're gonna be about me filming, so I'm gonna have to put this down for just a second. Look at all of the Halloween treats. Look at all of this. Oh my god, it looks so delicious. I'm gonna kind of have to keep on talking because if I don't, there's like music playing in here. But this is the grocery over here. They actually really have great produce in here. I'm pretty impressed with it. So, let's see. I'm gonna show you guys the men's stuff since I get men's stuff from here a lot, like clothes and whatever. Oh man. So, some of their men's stuff is cute and some of their men's stuff is not cute. This is the men's section in here. But like, these are, like Tanya loves this Mickey Mouse stuff that they have here. And then this is the Edgar and Ash. Like these are the t-shirts that I like sometimes and stuff, but they don't really have anything cute right now. But you just kind of have to like go through here and see what they have. Ooh, I like that. Shepaline Falls Creek. That's cute. Looks warm and cozy, doesn't it? And this is their Champion section over here. They don't really have a lot right now of Champion stuff. Nothing that I would really want. Oh no, they don't really have anything that I would have to have over here. But I do want to show you these socks that they have that are really cute. Look at all of these socks they have. Not as many as they used to, but it's dirty. I really want like a new coffee maker, but I'll show you what I was gonna get. I was going to get, where is it? I don't even see it now. Oh, this was the Keurig I was gonna get. But then I realized you have to fill the water each and every time, and I don't want to do that. But I need a new Keurig so bad. What is this? Drumstick mint chocolate. Look at that. What are these? Cinnamon roll. Philo's cream-filled cereal. They have so many good things. Oh my lord. Okay. So we came in here for the Mrs. Meyers, and we're going to get the Mrs. Meyers. Let's see, they have this whole like Harry's These razors, I totally swear by these razors. But I don't know anything about the body wash. Oh, it smells good. It's called Fig. Should I try some of the body wash? What's the other one called? Stone. Oh, they both smell good. Minerals and citrus. Do I want Fig? Or do I want... This is called Fig and the other one's called Stone. Oh, I definitely want the other one. Let me try this. Something wrong with this bottle. Okay. And then we are almost out of the Mrs. Meyer stuff. Do they have the Christmas wax melts already? Oh, that is one thing I do need, is a car plug-in. Fresh cut pine. I don't like this Febreze one, so I want to get... Look at all the Halloween stuff that they have here, you guys. They have trash cans. They have tumblers. It's all 25% off already. Wait like 3 more days and it'll be off even more than that. Look, they have a Chucky glass. It glass. Mug. Oh my god, look at that. Okay. This is kind of fun, isn't it? What are they? What is this? They're out of everything, Mrs. Meyer's? So this is the Mrs. Meyer's clean day section. There's my stuff I'm buying. And this is like their hand soaps. And then fillers. And this is more of all the stuff they have. They literally don't have... I wanted to get a false scent. I may have to... And this is like laundry detergent and stuff and soap. I may... There's one other place I can check. And if they don't have it there, then I'm going to have to order it online or go to Target. There's one other place they have it here sometimes. We'll see if it's down there. I have a feeling it won't be though. Oh my. I wish I didn't have music playing in places like this. So, oh my god, candle waxes. Keep on walking, Peter. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Let's see. They're going to have the Mrs. Meyer stuff right here. Here's it. See, they have it right here. But they don't have anything. They have mum scent, and I already know I hate that. So, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to take this back, and I'm not going to get anything at the Meyer today. This was a pointless shopping trip to Meyer. Look at all these candle waxes. So, I need to start buying stuff for my nephews for Christmas. I've started figuring out everything that I'm getting for people for Christmas. I don't know what to get Alex this year for Christmas, so. Oh my god. It's not like making my leg feel any better. Hold on a second, I gotta stop. Ooh, it's killing my arm to hold up that camera. Okay, we'll try the other arm for a little while. It's not helping me. You know what's so funny is that, like, I used to watch all of, like, Joey Graceffa's vlogs back in the day. When he would, I'll get this Harry's the next time, like when I come with Tanya or something. So, I would watch Joey Graceffa's vlogs, and he would just, like, vlog forever on a camera, like, holding it like this. And I think that he's actually, I think I was watching a vlog of his, and he said in a vlog, maybe it was him or, I don't know, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was, what, anyway, they said that they use the Canon G7X. And so, when I got a vlogging camera, after the Sony stopped working for me, that was what I wanted, was the Canon G7X, which is what I have now. And I really, really like it. But, it is, like, it's not heavy at all. But I have to say that like after, like if you were gonna like carry it around for like a half an hour, it is like hard to carry it around for a long time. Oh man. Ooh, it's chilly out here. So, that was our exciting Meijer trip. This is like what Tanya and I do. 3 nights a week, we come to the Meijer, which we call the Meijer. I'm like, do you want to go to the Meijer? She didn't want to go to the Meijer tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even ask. I knew she didn't want to go. Okay. Woo! Well, that was an unsuccessful Meijer trip. Usually, I go in there and I buy like 9,000 things. Oh my God, my leg. Stop hurting, leg. So, that was good. Because I have to tell you, oh, no, there's that Shakira song. Okay. I have to tell you what is so funny is, well, it's not funny. I mean, I'm really happy about it. But people are loving that video that I did with Josh. Like, where is it at? So, I posted it earlier today. And it is at 5,546,000 views. I mean, like, that is a lot of views. It was such a fun video. We had such a great time doing it. He texted me and he said, what did he say? He said, oh my God, Peter, this video was so much fun. I had such a great time. I'm so glad we got together for this. Let's do it again soon. He's so sweet. He and his boyfriend are both so sweet. So, yeah. I can't even, you guys, every time I open my email or my DMs, it's just like birthday shout out, birthday shout out, birthday shout out, birthday shout out, birthday shout out. And now I feel bad because if I do 2 and then there's 6 or 8 that I don't do, I feel bad about the 6 or 8 people that I don't do. But like, I mean, I can't be doing 10 shout outs in every video. I just can't do it. Oh my God, my leg hurts so bad. It is like killing me. Okay, we are going to go get a Diet Coke. I like got up today, or tonight, and I was like, I have something to do tomorrow. I could not remember what it was for the life of me. I was like, what do I have to do tomorrow? I was like, what is it? I can't remember. And I'm glad I remembered because I am having coffee with a friend of mine tomorrow. 5, 6, 7. I don't know if it's 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. I think it's 8 cents there. It's different at every McDonald's. But anyway, I would have totally forgotten to meet with him. And I'm like, oh my God, I almost forgot that we were meeting tomorrow at 1. So, thank God I remembered that. The other day, this is a friend of mine, he gets like up really, really early. He's like super active and he's like runs in the morning and stuff. And he was like, like whenever people ask me, like he was asking like what time to meet, and whenever people ask me to meet, they're always like, you know, do you want to meet at like 9? And I'm like, excuse me, like I'm not up at 9, okay? I love that you are. I love that that is your schedule, but I am not up at 9 ever. But today I was up at 9:30, so. I could hardly even peel my eyes open, it felt like. Oh man, I finished The Chain last night. Oh my God. Well, that was part of why I was so tired this morning, because I was like, I am finishing this book. I am finishing this book. And then I kept on getting distracted while I was listening to it, and I had to like rewind it and stuff. But I finished it last night. Oh my God. That book put me through it. It put me through it, but it was really good. So I finished that last night, and oh my God, my leg, please stop hurting. Please stop hurting. I finished that, and then I went to bed, and then I had crazy dreams, which I'm sure because I had to finish that book. I can't wait to see them make it into a movie. It's gonna be intense. I wonder if it'll be like Sandra Bullock that plays like the lead part. It's a very Sandra Bullock-y kind of like lead. I could totally see her playing the lead. Maybe that's just because I saw her in Bird Box, you know? I thought Bird Box was so good. I mean, I read the book, but... So now, I was gonna start The Raven Boys, but if I have the Iceman Chronicles for the book club, it's 18 hours, which I listen to books at 2 times speed. So if I listen to an hour a day starting tomorrow, I'll have just enough time to finish it in time. And an hour a day of listening to a book is a lot for me, because I listen to music and I talk on the phone and stuff too. So I'm gonna have to forego the Raven Boys and listen to that instead.
Hi, may I help you?
Yeah, can I get a large Diet Coke, please?
108, thank you.
So anyway, I really wanted to read The Raven Boys during Halloween, but I'm gonna have to just let that one go this year.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm thinking about just reading it in November. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I read it and that be my next book I'm gonna read. Actually, somebody sent me this book tonight. They told me to look up. It was like this new thriller that just came out. They like tagged me on it. On Instagram, they tagged me on it. And it is called... Oh, you're at both windows.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She was sweet. I'm gonna see what this book is called. You know, I'm very rarely in any kind of physical pain unless it's like my teeth or something like that. And I think sometimes, like, you know, I always say at night, okay, that is not gonna be doing it right there with that light. And I'm sorry, you guys. But like in my gratitude list, I always say, you know, I'm grateful for my life, my health, and my sobriety. Those are the first 3 things I always say. And you know, I think often I take for granted, and I know that many of you out there suffer from, you know, having physical issues. I take for granted just having good health, you know, the ability to go like just walk around and not be in pain. Or, you know, like when Alex was going through the back pain stuff, it's like, I mean, he still goes and sees a chiropractor, and he had to go to physical therapy and all that kind of stuff. And so when I saw him going through that, and he just like every night I could just see it in his face, like the pain that he was going through, you know? And it was like, we take for granted like our physical health. I mean, my dad is 79 degrees. My dad, he is hot. He is 79 years old, and like he really has, I think, only one time had any medical issue. And it was something that was like, I don't even remember what it was, but it was something that was like taken care of in like 24 hours. What was it? He had to have like, I don't know. Well, when he was with my mom when he was early, he had a ruptured appendix. He drove himself to the hospital. From Evanston to downtown Chicago, he drove himself. My mother was asleep, didn't even tell her that he was going in, and went in and had it, like had the operation, and then the next day came home. My mom didn't even know that he was in the hospital. She was like, that's who your father is. The Poison Garden, this is called by A.J. Banner. Okay, let's look this up. Why do I feel like A.J. Banner I've heard of before? Somebody recommended this book to me. It's supposed to be like the next... What is that? Garden. It's supposed to be like the next big thriller or something. When did it come out? Just came out. October 22nd, 2019. A.J. Banner grew up in reading Agatha Christie, Daphne du Maurier. I feel like I feel like I know her. Like, I've read something by her before. Hold on a second. Oh, God, my... The Good Neighbor, The Twilight Wife, After Nightfall, The Poison Garden. I haven't read anything by her before. Okay, so it currently has... has 397 ratings and a score, combined star score of 3.94, which is actually pretty high. A woman's idyllic life becomes a deceptive hall of mirrors and a thriller of exquisitely constructed psychological suspense by A.J. Banner, best-selling author of The Good Neighbor. Elise Waters seems to have it all. A blissful marriage, a gorgeous Victorian home surrounded by lush gardens, and a dream job running her late mother's herbal boutique. But on the eve of her first wedding anniversary, Elise makes a shocking discovery that turns her life upside down and casts doubt on everything she thought she knew about her marriage, her friends, and even herself. As she treads into dangerous territory, Elise is forced to wonder, is her whole future at stake, or is paranoia getting the best of her? If she is to believe what she sees, Elise has every reason to fear for her life. Ooh, that sounds really good. It's kind of, for me, really early to read the reviews, because people get like ARCs, and the people, which are advanced readers copies, or advanced reviews copies, and people, let me just tell you what some people read, okay? Like, I am looking at this book, and it is called Halloween Boo, and it has a guy on the front of it. I don't know if you can even see this. This is on my Goodreads, but this is a woman that is reading this book, okay? Oh my God! Family Friday, it is this guy, and he has a witch's hat on, no shirt, and like khaki pants on, and he's sitting at like this, like by a pumpkin and stuff like that. And it's by Sarah Spade, and it's in the Holiday Hunk it's in the Holiday Hunk series, #1. Let's hear what it's about. Oh my God, it's a long description. A ghost falling in love with a mortal? It's just a bunch. Okay, we were at the end. There's a clear, okay. A ghost falling in love with a mortal? It's just a bunch of hocus pocus, Danny. So I think my apartment is haunted. No, really. Spooky things have been happening to me ever since I moved in last year. At first, I ignored them. Later, I got used to the idea that I shared my place with a ghost. I even called him Casper. We got along just fine until a sexy hunk showed up the night before Halloween and told me that his name wasn't Casper, it was Zach. And that the power to cross over into the human world, and that on All Hallows Eve, certain ghosts sometimes have the power to cross over into the human world. This is so poorly written. Which he did because he loves me. Okay then. What? Zach, I'm in love. The only problem, she's alive. And me, I'm kinda not. At least, I'm not on every... This is so poorly written. Okay then. Zach, I'm in love. The only problem, she's alive. And me, I'm kinda not. At least, I'm not on every day except for October 31st because it's on Halloween. This is so bad. Anything goes. I want Danny, and even if it's only for the one night when ghosts can cross over to the living world, I take what I can get because I love a mortal and it's not just hocus pocus. Danny Williams doesn't believe in ghosts, but this Halloween, after a year of watching over and falling in love with his mortal house guest, Zach Banks, is ready to prove that this particular ghost might just believe in her. This sweet Halloween treat is sweet. This sweet Halloween treat is chock full of insta-love, over-the-top Halloween magic, and enough hocus-pocus nods to make you cackle like a... Now, see, like, if they had just put that at the end, if they hadn't put the rest of it, this sweet Halloween treat is chock full of insta-love, over-the-top Halloween magic, and enough hocus-pocus nods to make you cackle like a sexy witch in between moaning... Oh my God, moaning for more. A Sarah Spade, HEA guaranteed. Oh my God. It came out a year ago and it has 230 ratings on it. But you guys, you know what? Like, these romance books, they do so well. Okay? Like, they do so well. Like, sometimes you'll go to them. Who is the guy or who's the person on here? Oh, I can't think of her name. So, there's a lot of women that write, like, gay erotica. It's not all sex, though. It's, like, gay romance, gay erotica, where there's like storylines to it. And somebody sent me one and suggested it, and I read it, and it was like these two FBI agents that fell in love. It was really bad. And but you guys, okay, so it's like gay romance erotica that's written by women. And let me just tell you, these books, they're on the Kindle for like $2.99. They're like super cheap, and people just like tear through them, and they're series. So there's like the series are just like tons and tons and tons of books in them. They'll have like 12 books in a series. They literally sell like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of copies of these books. And you know who's reading it? It's women, which is really interesting to me, but it's like this really untapped market, I guess, you know? I don't know. I don't, like, for me, I'm trying to think if I have read, I mean, I'm just not really into the gay romance books, but I'm trying to think of one that I've read that I really liked. I probably read more. I'm trying to think of one that I would have read when I was younger. You know, it's interesting because when I came out, it was like, there weren't a lot of like good movies or anything, and then we started having like some good, like, you know, movies that were gay, like Jeffrey, and what was the other one that was kind of similar to that? But you couldn't watch a gay movie without it having like some aspect of HIV in it. Like, it just couldn't be just like a gay movie, right? Like, it had to always have that. And then it kind of like turned into this whole thing where there was like oversaturation of like gay movies, but like the quality of them wasn't that great. I remember one of the very first movies I saw together with like a big group of like people was that my friend won tickets to go see Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And we went and saw it in the movie theater at this like premiere, and they did all this like special stuff. And it was weird because it was like, we were in a movie theater with all these like guys that like we went out with on the weekends, but we weren't in a bar, we were in a movie theater, you know? And it felt so weird to like see people out of the bar scene, you know, like in the movie theater. And, but I loved that movie, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. What was another movie that I liked? Neve Campbell's brother was in a movie, and I can't remember what the movie was called that he was in that was really good. I don't think that was Jeffrey. What was it? Tori Spelling was in it. Anyway, when I was a little kid, my grandma, she tore through those Harlequin novels, okay? You know what I'm talking about? Those Harlequin romances. My grandma ate those up. She loved those books. And I remember she had this, like, this is the one thing when my mom passed away, or my grandma passed away. They were like, you can have anything that you want from grandma's house. Well, the two things I want is, it's not so funny. I don't think I've actually ever shared this on here before. So my mom was like, is there anything that you want from grandma's? And the two things I wanted was my grandma's like stand-up ashtray that she had, which we just kept in the garage for years. I wanted that stand-up ashtray, and then she had this metal magazine rack. I mean, it was so like bad 1960s, not magazine rack, book rack. And it was like this book rack thing that was like this, or like this, and she would just stack her Harlequin novels up like this in it, and it was up against like the wall. And so like when you came, it would just like, like into the room, it was like this metal thing that was probably 2 feet by 2 feet, and she just had all of her Harlequin novels in there stacked up. And I would ask her questions about her books, and she'd be like, oh, those are grandma's books, you don't need to worry about those. You wouldn't understand, she'd say. My grandma was so funny. Oh my God. I love my grandma. It's sometimes weird, like when Caroline and I will talk about like my grandma. You know, my grandma has been gone since I was 13 years old, 12 or 13 years old, you know. And in my head, I still see her. And my dad's mom, I wasn't super close to. I mean, I was close to her. We would go up and see her quite a bit and whatever. And she came and she stayed in Indianapolis for like a whole summer. But I wasn't super close with her because she lived in, you know, Fort Wayne, like where my dad was from and stuff. So just didn't see her very often. And, like with my grandma here, I saw a lot, you know, and she babysat a lot. And even more so, I think, because my mom, you know, was a single mom. And so when my mom needed somebody to watch me and my dad, you know, was out of town or something, my grandma would watch me. And for a long time, my grandma watched Caroline and I both on the weekends. And, but, you know, I think about, like, my grandma going to prison and me not ever knowing that, you know, not even, like, 2 years after my grandma died, not even 5 years, not even 10 years, but literally, like, I didn't even learn that until my mom was gone, you know? And I have so many unanswered questions about that, I mean, at this point, I just have acceptance over the fact that I'm never gonna know. But, and I don't, and, like, the other thing is, I don't really care enough to, like, do some deep investigation, which I'm sure if I really wanted to find out, I could. You know, if I really wanted to do some, I don't know, you know, like, go downtown. And I just, like, Caroline mentioned it one time. She was like, well, we could do that. And I was like, I mean, do you really care? She's like, I don't know, I guess not. You know, I mean, I just, you know, it would be fascinating to know if it was, like, a phone call that I could make to somebody and they could tell me, like, you know, what were the years that she was there, and, you know, what were the, you know, the charges and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I know it was embezzlement, so it's not like I need to know a whole lot. There are, like, people that are watching this right now that have, like, never heard this story before, and they're like, what is he talking about? My grandma went to prison. I found it out after my mom passed away. So if you're new to my vlog and you don't know what I'm talking about, when my mom passed away, which I can never remember anymore what year it was that my mom passed away. I said somebody the other day, they said something about, oh, it was my friend that I used to work with in treatment. I said, now what year did you leave? And she said 2009, and you left right, like, a couple months before me. And I said, no, I think I left in 2008. And she was like, no, it was 2009. And I was like, are you sure? But I'm almost positive it was 2000. It was 2008. My mom passed away in 2008. I'm almost positive. Yeah. Because Alex and I got together later that year. Because this was our 11th year together. So anyway, when my mom passed away, I went and I was, like, talking to my dad. Like, that was, like, later that summer. Well, it was, actually, I was, like, with Alex by that point. I don't know. It might have been a year later. I don't know when it was. It was a long time. It was, like, not, like, right after. It wasn't, like, my mom died and then my dad told me. It was, like, later. Like, one day we were just, like, sitting on his back patio. So my dad has, like, this gorgeous, like, back patio that, like, overlooks the lake and the pool and stuff. And we were sitting out there one day. It was, like, he and my stepmom and Alex and I, and they were grilling out and stuff, and we were just all sitting out there. And I think my stepmom was there. I don't really remember. But anyway, I asked my dad, I said, you know, did mom have any secrets that you know of? Any secrets that she died with? And he was like, no, I don't think so. And he was like, well, I mean, just that one secret about your grandma. And I was like, what secret? He was like, well, your grandma was in prison. And I'm like, what? And he was like, my grandma, okay, who was 4'10", had a roller set and her nails done every week. But I will say she never wore pants, or she never would wear a dress. My grandma was kind of a tough woman. Like, she was kind of tough. Like, you didn't come for her. I can remember being in the grocery store with her when I was a little kid. Caroline and I would go to the grocery store. Caroline's my cousin. Caroline and I feel like there's new people that I have to say stuff to. I don't know why, but thank you for watching, new people. Hey, new people. Hey, neighbor. But anyway, Caroline and I would go to the grocery store with my grandma. I said this to Caroline not too long ago. She's like, how do you remember this stuff? I was like, how do you not remember this stuff? And she's like, well, I remember going to the grocery store with grandma and she would get, like, upset with people. She was like, but I don't remember her, like, saying that. And so we were in the grocery store one time, and this woman, like, my grandma would smoke in the grocery store. It is a new day. I'm telling you, it is a new day in the world. Do y'all remember when you go to the beauty shop? I go to the beauty shop with my grandma, and she'd smoke just one cigarette after another while she was getting her hair and nails done, you know? Every week she would go get her hair and nails done. My entire life, my grandmother, she had white hair. I'm sure that's why my hair turned white so early. But she had white hair and roller set real tight. Tons of hair, but just roller set real tight. And then she, perfect nails. My mother, my aunt, and my grandma all had perfect nails. And my grandma always red, like bright red nails. And so we were in the grocery store, and my grandma was smoking a cigarette while she was pushing her cart. And my grandma was so short, I remember we would sit in the car with her, and she had one of those old cars, I don't even know what they're called today, but like those big boats of a car, you know? But the seat was just one seat all the way across, and my grandma would sit on like two, she was so short, my mom said she was so short because she stopped drinking her milk, and so she had osteoporosis. That's what my mom would say to get me to drink milk, but she'd say, you better drink your milk or you're gonna end up like grandma. So my grandma was like kind of bent over at the end, sad really. But anyway, she would sit on phone books in her car when she drove. So, and then she had a pocketbook. She'd always called her a handbag or a pocketbook. She'd never called it a purse. And it was like one of those old purses, you know, that had like the thing on the top and then it like the magnetic thing, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway. So we were in the grocery store one time and my grandma was pushing this cart and she's like leaning over, you know, smoking a cigarette. Like that the whole time. And this woman said, oh my God, it just have to be smoking in the grocery store or something like that. And my grandma said, oh, why didn't you mind your own goddamn business? Oh, Grandma, I love you. But, you know, my dad said to me, he was like, your mom and your aunt never wanted you guys to know because they didn't want you to think of Grandma poorly. And your mom was so worried that you would think poorly of Grandma if you had known. And I said, I wouldn't have thought poorly of her. I would have wanted to understand the situation better, you know? Like, here's my grandma that worked her ass off her entire life. I mean, every story I ever heard of her was that my grandma started working when she was like 12, you know? And that she came from nothing, and she had this horrible stepmother that was just really cruel to her when her mom died, and she took care of all of her siblings. My grandma worked her entire life. So then to find out later that my grandma went to prison for embezzlement, I mean, like... And the other thing that's weird is that, like, my grandma, I remember, like, my grandma kind of knew some, like, movers and shakers in Indianapolis, and she wasn't, like, anybody important. And I remember my mom would always say stuff to me about, like, oh, your grandma's friends with important people. And I'd be like, well, I don't understand. And my mom would always say, any party that you ever go to, your grandma's sitting with the men. She doesn't sit with the women. She doesn't waste her time with the women. That's what my mom would say. She would say, your grandma, she sits and talks to the men. She doesn't. And I always kind of wondered if there wasn't, like, I've told Caroline this. Like, I've wondered if there isn't more to the story, you know, with my grandma. That there wasn't, like... Not necessarily like organized crime or anything like that. I mean, let's be for real, we live in Indianapolis, okay? But like if there wasn't more to like the story, like if my grandmother wasn't involved in some like embezzlement ring or something like that, and she's the one that took the fall for it. You know what I mean? Like I've always kind of wondered that about the situation because I don't know anything about it. So when that happened, the other reason I've kind of thought about that recently is, so my mother told me that she had never been to, like, I was always like, you know, where's someplace she'd want to go, and we would talk, and I'd say, oh, have you ever been to, like, Miami or South Beach? I've never been, I've always wanted to go. Well, when she died, I found pictures of my mom in Miami. So then when I asked my aunt about it, she was like, oh, yeah, like, well, it was because my mom, she had said that she had met this guy, and that he was gay, and then I found out that this guy wasn't gay. I'm not getting into that whole story. That story isn't a mile long, but anyway, I've told it on here so many times. He didn't end up being gay. He ended up being this love interest that my mother had met while she was in Miami, and she stayed at the Delano, which was like the brand new hotel down there, for like the whole summer. Like my aunt and my mom stayed. They didn't work. They stayed at the Delano for an entire summer. And so my aunt and I went out to lunch. I remember we went to Sullivan's Steakhouse. My aunt loves steakhouses. And so we went to the steakhouse, and we're sitting there, and I said, Aunt Kathy, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I really want to know, like, you know, what was the situation with Grandma? And she's like, your father should have never told you that. That was not his place to tell you that. And I go, well, Aunt Kathy, right or wrong, he did, and I want to know. It's my family history, too. oh, your father should never have told you. She was very upset that my dad told me. And she's like, your mother would be horrified. She didn't want you to ever think poorly of Grandma. I said, I don't think poorly of Grandma. And what's weird about this is that Caroline never had the conversation with her mom. After that, and her dad never knew anything about it. When my Aunt Kathy died, Caroline asked her dad, and her dad had never heard anything about it, which is weird to me. But Caroline's cousin did know about, or no, the second one, so apparently my grandma was in prison twice. The second time, my uncle did know, but the first time, he did not know, I think is the story. He didn't know about the foster care and all this kind of stuff. And Caroline had some conversations with, because my mom and my aunt were, my mom would say fostered out, but to Caroline, my Aunt Kathy said foster care. She told her that they were in foster care. Caroline did have that conversation with her. And she said, no, we weren't fostered out, because my mom would say we were fostered out to family members. And so that piece I did confront my mom, or my aunt with, and I said, were you guys fostered out to family members or in foster care? She goes, we were fostered out in foster care. And she goes, and you're getting the timing wrong in all of this. And I said, okay, why? And she goes, that had nothing to do with your mom. She goes, I don't know that your mom maybe doesn't remember or didn't remember or whatever. She goes, but that had nothing to do with Grandma being in prison. And I said, well, she always called her mother. And she goes, that had nothing to do with mother being in prison. And so my mom's dad died when my mom was 4 and my aunt was 6. And so my aunt always called her dad Daddy. And she said, mother and Daddy couldn't afford to live in an apartment that had enough like bedrooms or something. I don't know. Like they were very poor. My grandfather was a bartender at like this, like the leading bar in Indianapolis, which is now known as, if you ever go out in Fountain Square, the Thunderbird. My grandfather was one of the original bartenders there. So, but in the summers, when my mom and my aunt weren't like in school and stuff, or like living with them during the summers, I don't know how it worked. They wouldn't have even been in school at that age, so I don't even know. But they would go and stay at these like people's farms out in the country and stuff like that. And because where they stayed, they weren't allowed to have kids or something. I don't know how it worked. My aunt said that they would come and they would like see them, like they would come and stay with them on the weekends or something, but like during the week they couldn't stay there because where they lived they couldn't like have kids because they couldn't afford to live in a place where they had kids. And then when my grandfather passed away, then my grandma like got a house, and so that's when they like lived with her full time. My mom didn't really remember a whole lot of that. She would say we were fostered out to family, and I would say, well, what does that mean? And she'd say, well, we were fostered out with family. We would go live with so and so and so and so. She would like mention, she would say, you know, Aunt so and so and Uncle, these people that I'd heard of all my life. This one uncle of my mom's, who I think had a lot to do with my mom's fear as an adult, because she would say, I mean, she would get like tight-lipped when she would talk about him, and she would say, he would look at your plate, you're gonna eat everything on that plate, you are lucky you have that meal, you're gonna eat my mother would tell these stories, and she'd say, I was just terrified. I was terrified as a little girl, you know, and Kathy would say, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And I think they saw some horrible shit in their lives that nobody should see. And I think my grandma did the best that she could to protect them from that. So anyway, my grandma goes to prison around the time that my mom is like a senior in high school or graduates from high school and is getting ready to go to college. Around that time, that's when it actually happened. I thought it was when my mom was like younger, but that's not true. It was it was like high school, end of high school. And so then they go down to Miami for an entire summer and stay at the Delano. And that was when I was talking to my to my aunt, and I go, so you guys were in Florida for a whole summer? She goes, yeah. And I said, did you work? No. What did you guys do? She was like, I don't know, we just went to the beach every day. And she's like, you know, met boys and stuff. She's like, we each dated somebody while we were down there, and that was the guy that mom talked about. And I said, how did you afford to stay in Florida? I'll never forget this. We were sitting at this table and I said, how did you afford to stay in Florida for an entire summer at the Delano? I mean, the Delano is today a nice hotel. And like the Beatles played there and stuff, you know? And she was like, I don't know, Peter, probably on grandma's embezzled money. Or she said mother's embezzled money. But now I wonder if like they had to get out of town or something. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like that there was never there was no mention of that ever, you know? I don't know. What is weird about it is, though, when I've talked to Susie, Susie knew. But Susie would have known, because Susie, that would have been around the time that my Aunt Susie met my mom. And she knew my aunt. And when I've talked to Susie about it, Susie's just like, Peter, like the first time I ever asked Susie was, I don't know, when I found out, like, literally, like, the next day I called Susie and I said, Susie, do you know about this? She goes, yeah, did you not? And I said, no, I'm literally just finding it out. She goes, your mom never told you? And I said, no, I never knew. And she said, oh, wow. She was like, yeah. She was like, your mom talked about it openly. She was like, she wasn't like, she was ashamed of it. To her, oh, it's going to stop. Hold on. To her, but I think she was so worried of what I would think of my grandma, you know? And then there's this woman that lives in our neighborhood, and she was really, really good friends with my mom, and was better friends with my aunt, but really good friends with my mom and aunt in high school. Like, they all grew up in the same neighborhood, and they've known each other, I mean, literally since they're the exact same age. She was real good friends with my uncle and stuff, too. And so one day I was talking to her, I think I even talked about it on here, and I said, did you know about my grandma going to prison? And she goes, of course I did. And I said, how did you know? And she goes, Peter, we all knew. Like, everybody knew. I mean, it was, you know, it was known. And I'm sure it was like probably like a big deal at the time, you know what I mean? So I think it's weird that amidst all of these, my mom and I sitting down, going through her yearbooks in high school and talking about this person and that person and, you know, all the stories of high school and college and where my mom went and all this kind of stuff, that she never once mentioned anything. I mean, I literally never, ever, ever, ever came anywhere near close to mentioning anything about this. Never once. And it wasn't like my mom and I were distant. I mean, I think people that watch my vlog know that my mom and I were really close, you know? So it's weird to me that I didn't know the stories of it, you know? This Diet Coke is really good. Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer, buddy. Do you remember saying that back in the day? He literally was like this. I'm gonna race up here and pull up next to him. Be like, Alex was so happy, A, that I got all the stuff off the counter. B, that he has so much glitter. He's so excited about it. Oh my God, look, it's another Meijer. Can you even believe it? It's another Meijer. Should we go in? No thanks. I don't have it in me to go to another Meijer. Plus, I don't know that Meijer. Yeah, family history is weird, isn't it? I don't feel like my dad's side of the family really has, like, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, stuff that nobody knows. I mean, I'm sure there's some, but, like, you know, my dad's family was very, I hate saying it this way because it comes across differently than it really is, but, like, they were, like, religious growing up and things like that, but they weren't. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know that I've ever, like, sat with any of my aunts and uncles or my grandma or ever. Like, I can't remember just even, like, one. I don't even remember. Well, first of all, I don't think any of them go to church anymore. But I can't remember any time ever that they ever sat there and was like, well, God said this, or it says in the Bible, or whatever. Never that. But my dad grew up going to, because was raised Lutheran. My dad was Lutheran. And so he grew up going to parochial schools. And, you know, everything in the neighborhood, he would tell me, would center around the church. So it was like everybody in the neighborhood went to the same church. They all went to like the same Lutheran church. So it wasn't necessarily that they were like Bible thumping religious people. It just was that they were like, this is what they did. This is what they believed in. You know what I mean? They just were like good people. Like my family and my dad's side are just like really good people, good stock, you know? And, not that my mom's wasn't. I mean, I think it was totally a mixed bag of circumstances. Do you know, I don't even know how my grandma and my, and you know, it's so weird. I just like got kind of a little emotional thinking about this. I don't know how my grandma and my grandpa ever met, and I will never know that now. I mean, literally every person that was alive that knew that is gone. I will never know that now. It's weird. It's a weird revelation to have when you realize that things that you wanted to know, you'll never know now, you know? People compare it to like recipes and things like that, but that's not necessarily the case, you know, with, well, I guess it is kind of the same, you know, like with a recipe. Like if I wanted to recreate something that my grandma made, you know, I could kind of like look at some recipes online, some pictures that look similar to it and be like, oh, well, I know that she used nutmeg or curry, you know, and try to get close to it, but it wouldn't ever be exact. It wouldn't, you know, be similar. Well, I guess I could do the same thing with trying to find out, you know, about, you know, her history of how she and my grandpa met, but it would never be exact. I don't really remember anything that my grandma made, food-wise. My grandma's holiday food was unbelievable. This is going to be... I mean, she's been dead for so long, who cares, right? My aunt could cook like nobody's business, okay? My Aunt Kathy was an incredible cook. I don't care if it was chili or beef tenderloin. I mean, she could make the most incredible fancy dinner, or she could make, you know, the most just bowl of chili, and she would make it for days, and soups and stuff. My Aunt Kathy was, and breads and cookies. Oh my God, she was just so incredible at all of that stuff. I'm gonna go down here a little bit further. Now, my mom, y'all know, she wasn't the world's greatest cook, okay? And she wasn't horrible, but she wasn't the greatest. And I mean, she had a couple of things that she made that I loved. And then my grandma, she was a great cook. I mean, my grandma made the turkey for Christmas and Thanksgiving and mashed potatoes and the stuffing and all of that stuff. Like, my grandma was so good. But like, I remember going to my grandma's house on weekends. I can see the plates that she used. They were kind of in between like plastic and glass. Do you know what I'm talking about? And they had like flowers, like just like 3 flower petals on them. They were white. But I can remember my grandma would like make me like, she would make like stew in the crock pot, and I didn't like it. And then she would always make like, she would always give me a piece of bread, but it wouldn't be like toasted or anything. It would just be like, and it wouldn't, like, okay, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but like if I get a loaf of bread, I keep it in the refrigerator so it's a little bit more solid. I don't know why I don't like this, but, so my grandma would give me like a piece of bread, and then she would butter it, but it would like, the butter would get stuck, you know, because like you can't, it's hard to butter, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like kind of a loose piece of bread, and then she would let me put sugar on it, and I can just remember like, I didn't like it. I never had people, though, that, like, forced me to eat when I was growing up. For some reason, I'm remembering my grandma making me chicken pot pies. Now, I will say that is one thing that's weird about Caroline and I when we talk about my grandma. Caroline has specific different memories than I do. But I think that Caroline stayed with my grandma, like, she stayed with her a lot by herself, and I stayed with her a lot, which would be true, you know, that would make sense. But, like, you know, after my parents got separated and divorced, I'm sure Caroline kept on going and staying at my grandma's house. And Caroline cleaned my grandma's apartment at the end. Like, she was her housekeeper. Not housekeeper, but like, she, you know, she was the one that cleaned her apartment like once a week or once every week. And they got really close at the end. Caroline has like a completely different set of memories because we'll talk about food and she'll be like, do you remember grandma making? And I'll be like, no, totally, I don't at all. I do remember one thing that my grandma made that was, I gotta turn around. I remember she would actually make sweet potatoes with little marshmallows on them for Thanksgiving, and I was literally the only one that liked them. Nobody else liked them. But I did not like my grandma's macaroni and cheese. We've talked about that. That was not my favorite, grandma's mac and cheese. I don't know what we're doing for Thanksgiving now. Caroline's changed it so many times. I have no idea what we're doing. This car is like coming like a bat out of hell. We were supposed to go out to dinner, and then Caroline wanted to have it at her house. I need to call her and be like, Caroline, what's going on? What's the 911? Tell me what's the story. Or the 411? Is it the 411 or 911? You know you're getting older when you don't know, and then you don't care. Is what it is. You know what I mean? Oh man. I didn't hardly eat all of my dinner at all. I literally ate like half of it. I always get stuff and then I sit there and I look at it and I think this isn't really what I wanted. Pre-fabulous. Family stuff is crazy, isn't it? I wish I knew more about my family history a little bit, you know? But it is what it is. I think maybe I'm not supposed to know some of it or something. I don't know. There's so much like craziness. Well, you know what's weird is that like I grew up thinking that the dysfunction that I lived in was completely functional. And you know, I did this whole video today on my Peterisms channel called Why I Choose Not to Live in Chaos Anymore. And I did it because I wanted to share it, but I also did it because I wanted it to be a reminder to myself that I don't have to live in chaos and I don't have to live in toxicity. And, you know, I grew up in chaos. And I learned to thrive in chaos and do very, very well in chaos and toxicity. You know, not knowing what I was coming into or not showing my emotions. Like, I've talked a lot about that. I know that's hard for people to believe, but that I just wasn't really an emotional kid. I was just really pretty stoic. And, unless I was like putting on a show or something like that, right? But as an entertainer, kind of like I would do a lot of like puppet shows and put on, you know, I would like put little shows together and want to show, you know, my parents and stuff like that. But if I wasn't doing something like that, I was like kind of stoic, reading a book in the corner, quiet, like that's who I was. And I think that's how I learned to survive in that environment. And that's not really surviving as a, you know, I think it's just getting by. And, but I think like, you know, my mom, I think grew up in chaos, and I think then she created an environment of chaos. And I think then I, in turn, created an environment of chaos for many years. And now I'm stopping that chain. I'm not doing it anymore. You know, and I haven't really for a while. And, You know, what's interesting is out of all of the people that I've dated, out of all the people that I've been with in my life, you know, not just the last two, but the ones that I've dated for a month here or there or whatever. I mean, everybody, you know, like when I met Alex, like Alex was like this crazy and wild, wanting to go out all the time kind of person. But like, and you know, he still loves to go out and he still loves to do that and, you know, live this crazy life and all that kind of stuff. But he is the most balanced person I have probably ever been with in my life. Do I think he always makes the greatest choices in his life? No, sure not. You know, like we all, you know, don't make the greatest choices. But he is like the most balanced person I've ever been with. And so to counterplay against that, you know, like he really just, his family isn't from, he's not, you know, you would think, because, you know, it's like 3 brothers and they're all over and they're dancing and they're singing. You would think that that's, but it's not. It's totally normality juxtaposed to chaos, myself. And I didn't even realize how much I had created an environment of chaos around me until Alex and I got together. So it's been something that I've been working away from for 10 or 11 years, but you know, recently I think it just had this awakening. The last year has been such an awakening for me, of how I choose to live my life, and that I don't want to live in chaos and toxicity. It's just not worth it to me. And I think that like, people that say like, oh my God, I get it, like you've talked about it enough, right? Don't really understand really the power that comes along with living life peacefully and straight, because if you did, you can't talk enough about it. It's really it's weird like that. I didn't really realize how important it was until I did. Until I had the lack of chaos in my life. And you know what? And then I want that for other people. I want other people to have that too. So, I don't know, but go check out that story. It wasn't a meditation video, it was just me telling a story today, so go check that out. But I think I'm trying to figure out how long I've vlogged by now. I'm sure it's over an hour, because I vlogged earlier too. So I'm gonna get off here now. And I think I'm gonna start my the book club book. I think I'm gonna start it and listen to a little bit of that before I go to bed. And so I'm gonna get off here now. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Enjoy your day, make the most of it. You're exchanging a day of your life for it. Life, you know what, is not a dress rehearsal. Do something today that you're going to look back on and be proud of. You're exchanging a day of your life for it, so do something fun. Make the most of it today. Do something Halloween-y. Why not, you know? And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and say, I love you, you are valuable, and you are important. And if you're going to bed right now and you're listening to this, I hope you guys have sweet dreams, and or I hope you have sweet dreams. And tomorrow is going to be a great day. And if you are listening to this while you're putting on your makeup or driving somewhere, you're listening to it like a podcast, and you're getting, you know, ready to start your day, I hope you are having I think you'll have a fantastic day. Believe it. Say today is going to be a good day. If you are doing the dishes or you are cooking dinner, enjoy your evening tonight. Relax. I'm thinking of you. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.